Okay, Richard Shane here, the world's greatest vacations, and we're very fortunate to be speaking with Steve Smotrys, who I've had the good fortune of knowing going back to Steve's Cunard and Seabourn days. And I am so impressed not only by your passion, it's almost like you have ownership of the company, you're being proactive, but how everybody in the industry embraces you. So I've got to ask, why HX?
Wow. Well, Richard, thank you so much for having me. Yeah, we've had some great working relationships, and I've been so impressed by the world's greatest vacations and what you do over there. Um, so, yeah, it's been a really exciting ride here in the industry. 24 years in the industry, believe it or not. And why HX? The last 4 years I've spent in the expedition segment of the business, and I really fell in love with these experiences. They are, I'm already a big believer in the power of travel, and I feel like these kind of experiences really take it to a completely different level. Like the immersion you get, the greater appreciation and perspective you get for the planet is just unreal with these kind of experiences. I think people always say, when they go on like things like safari, that it's life changing, and expeditions actually just like that. I always think of it more like safari at sea. But after spending a little time in this space, I had this amazing opportunity present itself with the the oldest expedition company, actually the largest expedition company, and an expedition company that really, I think, has its core values in a place that aligns with these kind of experiences. And I couldn't be more thrilled to be representing this brand now and really building the presence in North America. So excited for this journey and excited to be working with you all again.
Well, that's great. Now, you said something very interesting, which I wasn't even aware of. Oldest, biggest expedition. So, how does that, and the ships aren't old, they're contemporary.
No, they're not. No, they're not. They're actually, yeah, 130 years of doing expedition, but that just speaks more to the breadth of it. But our fleet is actually rather young. And even though we've got the largest from a capacity perspective, we've only got 5 ships, and it's a really nice range. Like we've got the only
Where do these
two.
ships go?
So we go everywhere. We go Antarctica. We go all around South America. We have a ship that's year round in the Galapagos. We're up in Greenland, Iceland, Svalbard, Alaska. We do Northwest Passage. So all these very remote places, and you have to have ships that are built specifically to explore those areas. And our fleet, again, only 5 ships, but they range from only 90 passengers in the Galapagos, where we're there year round, all the way up to about 500 passengers. And the 500 passenger ships, a little bit larger in expedition, but still relatively small. But the great thing about those are that they're only two hybrid battery powered ships in the world, because that fits into our sustainability strategy, where it's not about like the greenwashing and the offsetting. It's about actually reducing emissions. And HX has been really at the forefront of leading not just cruise and expedition, but the travel industry from a sustainability perspective. And really proud that and to be part of a company that really prioritizes that.
That's important. That's a great point.
It is.
So, picking up on the experience that HX has, you see what I'm going to come back to you on.
I know. We got to address that.
What's the relationship between Hurtigruten and HX?
Yeah, so the only thing that's connected now is history. So Hurtigruten was the original company. Now, about a year and a half ago, the company decided, look, we need to differentiate these two products, because on the Hurtigruten side, you've got these coastal Norwegian cruises, more traditional cruising, but really getting immersed into Norway. And there's a lot of people that really want to do that. But there was a lot of confusion between that and then the expedition, where it's all in expedition, as we've already spoken about. So they made the decision to split these two from a brand perspective. And then this past November, both companies were sold separately to different ownership groups. And both ownership groups are great and are super excited about each respective business. So for us at HX, we are just expedition, and we're really excited. The owners, it's London-based companies who really want to invest in this space really believe in everything that HX stands for and is doing. And I think that investment's just going to help us elevate the experience that much more.
I love the passion you have for this. This is great.
I love it.
Well, it shows,
Likewise, Richard, birds of a feather.
yeah, I deal with a lot of people throughout the industry, and it's so refreshing when somebody, it's like pride of ownership. So you
Yeah.
touched on something which I find interesting. You talked about the experience. So I think that having gone on expedition cruises myself, so I think that translates into the experience on the ship so that you have your expedition guides who are going to be the top, and that's important. So tell me a little bit about the ship experience. And a lot of people who go on an expedition cruise are going to be concerned, well, am I going to have the luxury, the 4-star or 5-star luxury experience that I want? So what's it like being on an HX ship?
Yeah, so HX, the way we like to talk about it is we say it's the perfect balance, and that perfect balance being three things. One is adventure. You're going to get this full immersion, and I don't want adventure to intimidate anybody, because it's really, you can do as much as you want and as little as you want, and you're always going to feel like you're really getting the ultimate experience. But we call that adventure. So again, this experience that we've talked about, we've got captains that have been doing this and navigating these destinations for a long time, so they have that experience to be able to really go into places that maybe others can't. Next is comfort, and the ships are made to be extremely comfortable. We think of it more as like a boutique luxury hotel, small, intimate, but very comfortable, very relaxed. You're never going to have a dress code you have to worry about or anything like that. So and you're also going to get the creature comforts, like beautiful accommodations. Like I said, our ships are a little bit larger. So on our larger ships, you have 3 different restaurants you could choose from every day. So you get some nice choice. And then spa and wellness program, which is really in depth. We've got like beautiful saunas with windows, so you're looking out to the great destination you're at. So you really get those creature comforts on the same time. But then the ship is like you're launching zodiacs off of the ship, and it's just everything is contained into that one ship. So that's number 2. And then number 3, as I mentioned, sustainability. That is at the forefront of everything we do. Every decision we make comes with thinking about the environments, leaving the environments in the same or better shape than when we left them. And that includes like our partnerships with various communities that we visit, and really making sure that we're working with them to help them expand their communities and make it, that much better, and that much better from a sustainability perspective. And then also from a science perspective, we have the largest science centers at sea on board our ships. So our guests come on board, and they have this kind of open door policy where they can come into the science center, and sometimes there's actual research being done there.
Cool.
And between lectures and the different science experiences that you can have there in the science centers, it really makes for a really rich experience that you get a full immersion into these incredible destinations.
So it sounds to me as if you're appealing to a few different types of people. Certainly, well, anyone who likes adventure.
Yep.
Someone who's environmental minded. You're still covering luxury.
Sure.
And the whole immersive experience.
Yep. Yeah. It's for the guest who's looking for beyond just going to these places and seeing these incredible sights. It's really the enrichment you get from it. It's the learning of it all. On every single one of these sailings, we've got a really robust expedition team, and I always say, like, they are the connective fiber that connects this, that brings us all together. You can have the most beautiful ship, and yeah, you're going to these incredible places, but the expedition team, they're the one that brings it all together. They're interacting with you. They're doing lectures. They're sharing their expertise of these destinations, and you get everything from scientists of these areas, academics, and they just all have this real incredible passion that they want to share with their guests. And so there's a lot of expedition experiences out there, but it's about getting the right people to lead these experiences.
I see why you're now with HX. Passion, and bravo. Now, someone wants to learn more about an HX experience. How do they do that?
Look, we are all about the partnerships with travel advisors. We think they provide the best experience from a booking perspective. So we really lean into those partnerships that we have with them. So I always encourage guests, please work with a travel advisor. There's a lot of them that really are specializing in expedition now and have become very knowledgeable of it. And again, we're working hand in hand with them, helping them with education, giving them tools so that they are prepared to really talk you through an expedition experience. And, even like our head of expedition, sometimes he'll get on phone calls with advisors and their clients to really talk them through if they have a lot of specific questions. So, like, I always work with a travel advisor. You're going to have the best experience. You're going to get the best price through them as well. So always recommend. That's the way to go.
I'm going. I'm doing it.
You are.
I've already been to Antarctica. I'm now going to go again and
Yes.
go to Galapagos, see it with you guys. And, I've been in the industry for over 30 years, and your passion is refreshing. And if you endorse HX, I do too.
I
The
appreciate
world's
you.
greatest vacations is on your team, and I look forward to experiencing it myself.
Well,
Steve,
it's an amazing partnership together. We're looking forward to working together more, and appreciate everything you do, Richard.
thank you, Steve. You're wonderful. And the world's greatest vacations really recommends that you contact your favorite travel advisor and learn more. Bravo, Steve. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Richard.
Thank you. Ciao.